morning. I have some meditation tips that I could share with you today. I'm finding that my practice is working, my video practice is working. It's keeping me, reminding me to meditate long enough to have something to share. I didn't know what I was going to say today, but I was having some trouble meditating, and finally I was just sitting here, actually lying down because my back was hurting. I was lying down and I was looking up at the skylight, and it's all covered with frost. And the sun is out at the same time, which is fairly common here on the West Coast. When it gets sunny, it gets cold. And so I'm looking at the frost in the sun, and it's just kind of melting. And that just inspired me to put myself in that position of the frost. Like, see if you can't imagine yourself as being a layer of frost on the roof, say, and the sun's coming down, and it's just warm and lovely and melting the frost. So can you see yourself as the frost? Can you see the ego as the frost melting away in the warmth of the sun? That's what I was doing this morning, and it was a really lovely sensation, and it was an easy way into meditation for me today. I would just kind of bask in the warmth and light of the sun. And that's a very similar sensation to basking in the warmth and light of the divine. And, we can even see the sun as a metaphor for that energy, that divine energy showering down on us and warming and bringing us to life. So that made me think about the ego as this layer of frost that we put on ourselves, like a kind of an ice shell, trying to keep the divine away. Even though we don't know we're doing it, that's sort of what the ego is doing. It's saying, no, I'm here. This is me. This building is me, and the frost is me, and everything out there is out there, and it's not me. And of course, on a spiritual level, there's no such thing, right? We are the divine. The divine is us. The divine is living through us and experiencing life in ways that it can't on its own experience. Being an infinite, eternal intelligence. It can't imagine being focused in one place and time. There's no such thing. That's an illusion that we're playing with, because it's fun for the divine to experience that as if it were real. Like, what would it be like? It's kind of like we could imagine, wouldn't it be fun to be a puppet? Or wouldn't it be fun to be a rock? Or, who knows what, a tree. Just these forms of life that are more limited in many ways, but it would be an experience and an education, and maybe fun and exciting to experience being that. And that's what we are for the divine. We are the divine wanting to expand ourselves expand ourself by experiencing all these different lives and challenges and perspectives and journeys. And that's wonderful. And it's kind of time for us to, as a species, grow up more into our divine self than our ice shell self. It's time to let ourselves melt away into the warmth and light. And that, doesn't mean that we can't be. Let's carry that analogy further. Do you want to? Imagine you're the house and you've got this frost shell, this ice shell in the cold. That brings up all kinds of other thoughts, of how unpleasant it is to be shut down in the cold and cut off and that kind of thing from the sun. And then imagine the ice shell, which is the ego, melts and the house is still there. We can still maintain our experience of one particular life in one particular space-time without having to cut ourselves off entirely from reality and from our deeper truth and from the source. So that's what I was doing today, and I was looking up at the frost in the sun. Have you ever looked at frost in the sun and seen it all sparkly? It's like those sparkles are those moments when we surpass the ego's limitations or the sense of ourselves. Those moments when the divine reaches through with a hint of inspiration or an epiphany or something. I think I'm shaking the camera a little bit extra today. It's very cold. And yet what a great opportunity, because I would not have thought of this otherwise. So it's like those little sparks of enlightenment that come to us. Even while we're covered in the frost or the ice shell, the divine is always reaching through to us. And it's just a matter of actually looking up and noticing the sparkle and going, oh, isn't that beautiful? How far can this analogy go, right? Who knows? Probably forever. You go deep enough into any one thing and you find the source of all things. So there was something else I was going to say about that, about the sparkle or the sun. I don't like to pause the recordings, but I think I might pause this one. Give me a second. I think I was just going to say that it was a really lovely way into the meditation. It felt easy to kind of melt away the thoughts and enter this space of calm and peace and warm, quiet contentment, and just sort of rest in that for the period of my meditation. So that's my meditation tip for today. And give it a try sometime when it's nice and frosty out, or you can just imagine that it's frosty. Or you're just in the sun, I guess. That would be nice, just to imagine the sun melting away the thoughts and the ego self and that sort of thing. All right, well, that's all for today. I'm going to go out and see if I can't get the house a little warmer. So I hope you have a lovely warm day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Blessed be.